And recording. All right. Last time on the Power Within Shadow Dragon Association, Fight Club, Wise Ancestors, a dinner party, and the fallout. A lot of fucking shit went down. We started last week observing the Pit, an underground summoner fight club. The recent leader in the standings, Luther, a golden dragon, had been asking around for Toby. Well, now we found him. They discussed a proposition for Toby to get Luther some supply. For what, you might ask? His Dead Space cyberpunk back augment that allows him to control two different Eidolons. If Toby agreed to help Luther with this, Luther would share with him the blueprint to make his own back augment. Toby loosely agreed, and after meeting up with Dog and Sunya, enjoyed the rest of their evening together. Meanwhile, Dakonga had some investigating to do. Whoa, too many words there. And who better to turn to than his grandmother, Obaba? While on this plane, she was the inquisitive type, very observant. His concern was of Yuko and her growing power. While taking some light-hearted jabs at Dakonga, Obaba lets him know that Yuko will be fine if he is there for her. With this knowledge in hand, he plans to talk to Dog and have a party. Dakonga takes his time, assuring Dog that Yuko will not be a problem, that she will in fact be a guardian to the SDA. They just need to be her guides. Dog asks about the Black Hand, wanting to cover his bases. Dakonga does not know, but says they will get to the bottom of it. Eventually, all of the SDA meet at Dakonga's family residence to have a night of fellowship. A lovely meal was prepared by Dakonga's lovely wives, and everyone enjoys themselves. It didn't take long, however, for the SDA to turn to business. Dog takes a few jabs at Minji's leadership. Minji responds with that's the nature of the business. Eventually, Yuko gets called into question, with the young blood reacting defensively, saying she told them she'd come to them when it was needed. A bunch of stuff about needing to trust each other and some Fast and Furious family shit was spouted. Eventually, Yuko and Minji bailed on the party, getting away from their frustrating conversation. Dakonga chastised Dog for his lack of tact, while Minji and Yuko drank and complained the night away. Toby was kind of just there, didn't really know what was happening, and he too sort of left, eventually. Will the SDA get back to business? Will the SDA ever do a mission again? Has this game devolved into just a fantasy soap opera? If so, that's pretty cool, but let's find out. All right.
All games are fantasy soap operas.
So, yeah, I was looking over D's notes, and it is long as shit.
A lot happened. One got me rolling.
It is so fucking much. And I was like, God damn. How do I?
Shocked listening back. I was like, how did we pack this into 2 hours?
It was an action-packed 2 hours, man.
This has to be, without a doubt, the longest recap that you've ever done.
I think so.
It was just role playing.
It was just like we talked for 2 hours. There were no fights or nothing like that. Sick.
Oh, there were fights.
True. Just not too many dice thrown, you know? So yeah, you guys, you did all that. I believe you were actually gathering to do this Grok bounty. Where are you guys at with that? Where do you think we're positioned?
I know the week that we spent where I think Minji was gone, we did gather all the information. Like, we spent our downtime.
Yeah. All that has been gathered. You guys have done all that. So the mission is unlocked. I guess I was just thinking, like, fictionally, where would the SDA be at? Are you guys gathering up gear to try to hunt this guy down? Are you, like, because you guys know that he works in the dock. Would you guys all go down there as a full party, or would you send maybe Dog or someone else just to do some investigating? What's the plan, you guys think?
To me, honestly, I think we've done enough planning. I think the first thing is to gather what we need to gather at the trap house, and then we'll just roll deep, get close enough, and then we'll probably survey the area, and then once we find out where he is and devise exit strategies and shit like that, then we'll then we'll probably just move in.
Sure. So you
Well,
guys go ahead.
For a plan of engagement, like something I was thinking was maybe like when we actually find the guy, like maybe have Minji go in and like distract him, like talk to him, distract him, get him like standing still for a second, and then Dakonga and Yuko can pop a spell, a sleep spell on him, try and just drop him. And if that doesn't work, you got the backup of Dog, Toby, and Maxie to run in if it gets hot, basically. If he tries to run. What do you guys think about that?
That actually sounds like a solid plan, because to me it seems like this guy's a runner. The only reason the Golden Dragons haven't been able to get a hold of him is because he's like slippery.
Right. So I think Dog, Toby, and Maxie be in the net in case the we can't just drop him with a sleep spell. Kind of a good backup.
Sounds good to
what
me.
I'm worried about is, since we're in the docks, we're basically in his territory, so he knows the ins and outs of the docks better than we do.
Maybe instead of sleep, we try to charm.
I feel like it's going to be like one of those like parkour type chases. We're doing back alleys. And
We definitely
let's avoid all that.
Oh, you know exactly what's going down. Oh, also,
I mean, Minji has a charm spell, so I mean, she could.
Yeah, so does Toby.
I think charm's not going to be the thing.
Well, I have charm or fear.
Charm up close with Minji is probably the best thing at first, but then if we can't get him to stop, sleep, and then if not that, command.
I don't have a command.
also just as a bit of admin work, D, go ahead and jot down the CL3 soul shard that you are going to receive from your scribe work.
Oh, I think I put that. Oh no, I didn't put it in the notes. I'll put it in next week.
Hell yeah. Very gangster.
Copy that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yuko happens to find a stash somewhere or something.
Sure.
Sick. So yeah, so I briefly sort of described the docks last week, but just for some refreshers, basically when I say docks, I'm talking about a canal dock because Hwanghae is landlocked. However, there is an underground canal that connects. Let me see if I can pop open the map for you guys. Click at this, click at the show players. So Hwanghae in the middle there. The little green dots are the canals. So they've installed underground canals that run from Jola up through Hwanghae, the Chubu to Kanto, and then over to Rauha. Just as a means, it's just like an infrastructure build as a means to move around freight, cargo. It's not exactly like what do you call that? Population transportation? I don't even know what you call that. It doesn't move around people so much, but it does handle cargo, because like the underground canal, you might suspect is underground, so a lot of the canal itself is not lit. Like it's lit up where the docks are, but from like sort of district to district, it's not really lit, just because it's sort of a waste of resources. So yeah, so the docks themselves, they're underground. There are a couple of openings that are like ground level, where they have cranes that are street level that dip down into the canal and grab cargo off of the ship / docking area to pull it up to the street. There's also a pretty wide ramp area that they kind of use so there's not too much congestion. So basically they're not using the cranes for everything. They kind of have some foot traffic as well. But yeah, as you guys you head down to the docks, do you guys think, I would assume you guys have been down here, but do you guys think that maybe your characters wouldn't head down to the docks much? I'd assume you would, but maybe not.
I know I wouldn't.
I can't think of a reason Yuko would be down there.
So there's it's sort of as you get further and yeah, so like as you get further and further just from we'll say the sky, it gets a little bit grittier. So like down here there's a lot of the what do they call them in Cyberpunk? Like the people that give you the augments, but they're kind of shoddy, right? Like you got your
Ripper docs.
Yeah, your Ripper docs that are a little bit more under the radar. That'll, back alley guys. You might be able to trust what they give you, but there's probably a higher chance that you'll get infection, all that type of shit, right?
So this is how Luther got his double summon. Okay.
Maybe, man. Maybe. So you got Ripper docs down here. You've got like your clubs where there's probably a higher chance of fist fights, of stabbings. It's just a grittier place, but it's kind of there's some stuff down here that you can find easier that you wouldn't be able to find street level.
Maxie, we should come down here and start the fights down here instead.
Okay, I could see Yuko coming down here when she's in a real mood to.
Yeah, this would be your, I want to get drunk and then also punch people in the face.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Minji's scene.
Yeah, Toby and Maxie have been down here then. Maxie probably wanted to let off some steam after losing a fight in the underground, so we just come down here just to let off some steam down here, and why not, right?
Yeah, and just based off of like the infrastructure of it, it's harder to get in and out of there, so it's harder for the Golden Dragons to go down there organized. Like it would take a lot of men to sort of plug all the holes if they wanted to do like a sweep. So it is kind of a place where you can get away with a lot of shit, right? Just thinking about it, like you can escape through the canals, you can escape up the like crane hatch, you can escape through all different kinds of maintenance tunnels. Like it's a nightmare for them to try to police. So a lot of shady deals, are going to go down at the docks.
So I'm going to ask this just real quick because this has been brought up in the past. The soul shards come from killing people, right?
Yes.
So what you're saying is people are down here like taking other people's soul shards as well, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh crap.
Like
yo folks, let's hit the docks.
I mean, theoretically, if the SDA wanted to just be murderers, yeah, like you could go down to the docks, kill some folks, and take their shards. Like, it's sort of generally people are openly against murder because like they don't want to be murdered, right? Like if it's just fucking open season, anybody could get it, right?
Yeah,
so it's kind of like
it's not uncommon if you're down here.
It's like
get pulled off and shivved. It's not uncommon.
It takes a certain type of badass to want to go to the docks by themselves. Like there are places that are a bit safer, obviously, like the main sort of trafficked areas are the more common areas are a bit safer, but the further you get into the alleys, into the darkness, yeah, like you could catch a knife to the ribs,
Man, we gotta go down this way.
I mean,
feel like someone's gonna pump me up against the wall or something. My short littleness.
It's also a place of business and a place of, industry. So it's not so much, if you stick to the main thoroughfares, you'll probably be fine.
Right. I was just thinking back in my head, like, cheat code. Go down to the docks, just murder people, get more shards.
That is something you could do, but you probably get a reputation, and Golden Dragons may try to stop this from happening.
Well, and I assume that most of your town folks are like not worth it in shards.
Right, you got to think of that too. Is like
one shard.
You kill a CL1 guy, it's like, well, what did that do for us? And if they're not CL1s, they probably could fight back, and they might kill you.
Right?
You might get a
So-
shit shard and a bounty, so that's
Right.
like it'd be worth it.
Right.
I'm not saying I was gonna do it. I'm just thinking in the
It's
back of my
just-
head, you know,
it's an
hey,
option,
Chico,
guys.
It's there. It's an option. It's there.
We only need like 50 more XP to level, then we can just go down to the docks, you know?
Let's commit murder so we can get a little stronger.
Right.
I feel like Dakonga would be like, you go ahead.
Yeah, I'll get my experience by doing other things.
That's right.
You're right. I know that dog was not giving me all kinds of shit last week for my poor leadership. But now we are discussing, like, let's just roll down to the docks and wantonly murder folks.
Well, I didn't
Yeah,
hear
he's not the
dog
tower.
saying.
He doesn't have to
That
worry
wasn't
about the
Dog's
goo.
idea right there.
He doesn't have to worry about the goo. That's the only thing. That's why he likes the docks. There's no black goo down here.
That's a fair point. So yeah, a few of you have probably been down there. A few of you probably have kept your distance because why the fuck would we go down there? But yeah, I sort of briefly described the main thoroughfares into it, but you've got your big ramp that goes in. You can sort of drop in via the crane. There's like a sort of a ladder system where people can get to the cranes from down on the docks. There's sort of maintenance tunnels. Those will probably be harder for you to find or traverse intelligently to where you want to get to. And seeing as how you guys probably aren't trying to avoid anyone too much because he doesn't know you're coming, right? So you could
Right.
sort of observe freely. It may be easier for you guys just to go down that main ramp, but if you guys want to try to approach from a more stealthy way, we can discuss that.
With Yuko and Toby have been being down there in the past, would we have gone, you know, to the docks at some point to explore it ever?
Yeah, I mean, I think Yuko
Like,
had
would
said
we
she
know-
probably
would we
drank down
know?
there, but you guys had probably got the lay of the land pretty decently for sure.
Okay.
So
I
yeah, I
wouldn't
guess
mind
you guys want to all go as a group. Do you want to split into teams?
Let's split into
I
teams.
thought-
That'd be dope.
Yeah, I thought the point was to split into
Split
the
into
up close
teams
team and then the net.
Okay. Copy that.
So it would be what Minji.
So
Dakonga,
we're
and
splitting the
Yuko
party?
both do.
Oh yeah, we split the party a little bit.
Let me just
Split the party,
confirm. You
man.
guys are splitting the party.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
think it's aggressive. Like, I mean, I don't think we're beyond like 100 feet of each other. That wasn't my intention.
I mean, you could do like Yuko, Dog, and Dakonga together.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna fuck you guys over if you say team 2 is always within 60 feet or something and keeping eyes on it.
Yeah,
Nope,
I
I'm
mean,
good with
when I said like a net, like I definitely meant like fairly close. Like
Sure.
if he tries to poke, they're right there. You know.
Could I get like a set of manacles? Maybe like a net?
Hmm.
Ooh, there
That's
you
probably
go.
that's probably somewhere. Yeah.
If we can actually get him
Let's
to
see.
sleep, we're gonna need a way to take him back. Why not put him in a net real quick too?
Well, we have rope.
True.
I mean,
Manacles are better than rope.
yeah. Come on, man.
Manacles are a lot.
Manacles,
know.
bro.
I don't know if you know how to do some, BDSM knots and stuff like that.
Whoa!
I think we're fine.
I don't know what you think Dog is into, but
Dude, it's only 3's SPs for some poor manacles, you know?
I was just
Give
I
the
don't
man
care.
some manacles. Every
Have
good
your
bounty hunter
manacles.
needs a manacle.
I could have sworn you already had manacles in your equipment.
Yeah, what the hell,
Being a
dog?
bounty hunter?
I don't think I did get manacles because I didn't go with the bounty hunter.
Oh, you're gonna go bounty hunter kit?
You're a
Yeah, I
fake
think I'm
bounty
a
hunter?
wrestler. Oh no, I'm as real as it gets, sir.
Okay. All right, sick. So yeah, team 1, which is close team, I guess we want to call it close team and sort of orbiting team or whatever. Close
Sure.
team, go ahead and roll me some perception checks as you guys are sort of descending down into the docks. It's a relatively average day. You've got carts being pulled up and down the ramp. You're deftly avoiding them. There's folks talking business, talking that. You get down like into the docks proper. You're sort of hit with the earthy, just dankness of underground wet smell, along with many smells of street foods and piss and probably beer. Toby, you
good.
have is Minji not part of the close group? Because I thought she was Charmer.
I thought it was
What I was supposed to
Minji,
be
Yuko,
doing,
and
'cause-
Dekonga.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, Dennis brought me dinner, so I muted myself.
Damn
and
it,
was telling
Dennis.
him thank you.
No, it's
so
fine.
I missed where I was supposed to be going.
I didn't know if you and Toby switched out, because I think Toby had Charm too, so maybe Minji was I don't know what the hell y'all doing. You got-
Let's be real. Minji is just petty enough. She's making Toby stay with Dog because I'm not talking to him yet.
All right,
Well,
well then,
that sounds about right.
Minji, go ahead and roll that
that's my role
perception.
for when me and Dog are walking around, if that's okay then.
Okay. So you guys are descending. Toby, you're able to eagle eye the forward team, and you're looking around for the guy. You know what he looks like. You don't spot him initially, but the docks are large. The larger ramp leads to a more not like. So essentially, there's two main hubs of the docks. On one side of the canal are like warehouses and storage buildings, which is where the cranes kind of reside above, essentially. And then on the other side is more of the commercial type buildings. So there's your taverns, your inns, your clubs, your restaurants. There's just your sort of general needs over here. So yeah, you can see everyone sort of partying if they're not working. Some dock workers who just got off shift, coming to spend their hard-earned shards. So yeah, can't do that yet, but eventually. 'Cause I think you have to be able to see or hear this person.
So we haven't seen him yet. You guys
haven't seen him. But so yeah, do you guys want to try to duck into some buildings in the commercial area? Do you want to just sort of patrol the back alleys in the commercial area, or do you want to cross the bridge over towards the more industrial / warehouse area where they're like unloading the ships and whatnot?
When we were investigating, what did we find out? Where did he normally work?
So all the
Specifically.
like work is on the like across the bridge where they unload the ships. Like, okay, so he was when they say dock worker, they mean the guys that are really unloading and loading the ships. Like, you could say you work in the docks if you're like a barkeeper or whatever, but that's more on this side. But when they say specifically like a dock worker, they're talking about more of the dudes that are loading and unloading the ships, which are going to be across the bridge in like the actual dock of the dock.
So then that's where I think we should go. If we know that he's a dock worker.
It does make sense. Everyone in congruity with that, letting Dekonga take the lead, or
I think that, but I also think we should have a reason for why we're over there. Just some excuse we can throw out in case somebody's like, "What are y'all doing here?"
I mean, we can tell
Yuko needs food, need ingredients for her food.
that is
And we
a
like to inspect it ourselves,
that is a
especially
good.
for our own stuff.
Sorry to keep interrupting you. Minji, as
Hey,
you're
we could
thinking
all-
about that, go ahead and roll me a society check.
We pick up our own shipment type stuff.
we could
Yeah,
all-
like I feel as though Yuko is the type of person that for the trap house she wants like good ingredients for the trap house, and then like not only that, Minji wants to check the product for herself for the liquor, and she probably wants to maybe find her contact that somehow like gets the pesh or whatever the hell we're calling it from a shipment. It's real simple. Like everybody knows that we jack the trap house.
We can also just tell people to mind their damn business. Like we don't have to tell them anything.
Oh, that's definitely going to be the main thing. But if we want Minji, if we want people to know that, you know, our establishment is up in order and like we're checking the things and you know, have that business look first to where we don't already look like the aggressor.
Sure.
And by being, you know, going around saying, mind your fucking business, you look like the aggressor. But if we go in and say, hey, we're here for business, we got our new our business open, you know, we need ingredients, we want to check the wares, blah 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 blah. Nobody questions that.
Minji, you know this, you've sort of investigated this as an investigator. On that industrial side of the docks, when you cross the bridge and you get over there, there's that sort of warehouse area where there's a bunch of different warehouse buildings and just storage buildings and whatnot. That area is open to the public, essentially. There is a platform that's sort of below that area where you have all of the unloading and loading happening, and there's a lot of busy just work that's happening there. That lowered platform, it is quote unquote required for you to have papers essentially detailing why you're allowed to be there. It was sort of just put into effect there to free up space so that the people there that need to work can work, so you know you can get the machinery moved around and stuff without causing harm. Now I say quote unquote because obviously you could bypass that in a bunch of different ways if you guys would like to. But yeah, Minji, you know that quote unquote you need some sort of paperwork to get into that lowered platform. Now,
how much was the paperwork?
Do we have that paperwork since Yuku already comes down here?
So currently I don't believe you guys have the paperwork. You could try to forge the paperwork. You could try to buy some paperwork. You could try to talk your way through whoever might stop you if someone even tries to. Yeah, just depends on how thorough you guys want your sort of backstory to be down here.
Again, like I feel like to properly run the business that we have, I think we would have the paperwork legitimately.
And actually, Dog, go ahead and roll me a D100.
Ooh.
Tight. Okay. Now, so, Dog, when you were discussing this with the Golden Dragons, when you were talking about the bounty, and they were like, he's a young dock worker, he's probably over here, blah, 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 blah. You thought to ask them for some paperwork. So yeah, they actually did end up providing you guys with, like, actual legal paperwork to get onto that lowered platform. So you guys do have some.
Solid.
There you go.
Solid.
So
well, now you end up even more legit.
That's right, too legit to quit,
but also if you're walking around flashing warrant papers in an area where there's like no law, it's like,
some eagle-eyed dock workers might see, like, on business of the Golden Dragons, this group has the right to be. Yeah, it is probably not like warrant papers, but there probably is like a Golden Dragons fucking stamp on there, right?
Yeah, but we'll only pull out those papers if prompted.
Fair.
You know, as long as we look like we fucking own the place, or we're, you know,
official
or we're
Golden
going
Dragon
there for
business.
Like honestly, who cares?
Hell yeah. So you end up crossing the bridge, and it is a big fucking bridge because they've got like really wide cargo boats here, or ships. The ships themselves that they've sort of constructed for these canals, they don't have the sails. There's no I don't even know what you call that. A sail trunk? What's the fucking beam that sails
Mast.
Yeah, the masts. I'm not a shipman. I'm sorry. So these ships don't have the masts, obviously, because there's no fucking wind down here, right? So they all just use the oar technology to propel themselves through these canals. So it's not like it's a super tall opening, but it is very wide because they do try to put a bunch of cargo on these ships. So it's probably, I want to say, I'm trying to remember the map, but about 80 feet across is the bridge. And it is all bricked, but you assume, actually, everybody roll me some Arcana checks. See if you do assume this. Boom. So yeah, Minji, you know for a fact, like, if you were to look under this bridge, there's not any, like, logical reason for why this bridge is just standing. Like, there's no arches underneath it. There's not a suspension bridge. So it's sort of maintained arcanically, so that this bridge doesn't buckle. Because it's basically just a brick bridge that goes straight from where the commercial businesses are straight across to the fucking warehouses. But you guys end up crossing. Down and to your left is where the lowered platform of dock workers working is. If everyone would like to make perception checks to see if you can eagle eye young Grok.
Damn,
Somebody
Minji.
made it.
God damn, Minji.
With that natural 20.
I just described the
Oh, it
irony of the bounty hunter. I'm so
He is
sorry.
just
I've been there, but
He's not in his right state of mind right now.
Head's not in the game. The pack's all running awry.
No.
more worried about pack dynamics.
That's right. So yeah, Minji, you I'm assuming, just in my mind, I like seeing Minji riding Yuko's shoulder. So I just sort of picture.
Look, everybody else. Me and Yuko are besties.
Yeah, I kind of picture like Yuko standing on the railing, like Batman stance, sort of like a man of Gotham, you know, like. So she's probably leaning over. You guys are looking, and Minji's got her little hand to her eyes, and yeah, Minji, you spot Grok working in the docks.
I'm gonna let the rest of my little crew know. He's right there.
Target spotted. So yeah,
Right.
dog, if you want to do your hunt prey now, you can, now that you see him,
And,
you can
Minji,
line that up.
Minji, you have a silver tongue mutagen that Yuko gives to you.
Perfect.
All right, cool. So target sighted. To get there, assuming you guys don't want to do some James Bond fucking parkour shit, you just walk across the bridge, hang a left, hang another left, where you go down a case of stairs, and you can get to that lowered platform. There is sort of a manned, I wouldn't want to call it a guard tower, but there's like a guard shack, I guess, where there's a guy with a clipboard that's sort of like trying to grab everyone's, information as we're heading in and heading out, like clocking it and whatnot. Do you guys want to try to stop for him as he waves you down, or you just kind of give him the cold shoulder and keep pushing?
I would like flash our documentation and see if that's enough. Like, I don't want to, if he doesn't make us, I don't want to stop and have like a detailed conversation. It's more just like, yeah, here's my shit. I got things to do. Okay, bye.
Go ahead and roll a diplomacy. And have you drank the mutagen, or are you gonna save it for?
How long does it last?
1 minute.
Duration, 1 minute. I think I'll risk it on this and see.
I've got another one, so she can burn too.
So yeah, I'm good with flashbacking that you drank it already, or I'm good with you saying fuck it, I'm gonna save it for when we're deep in it.
I'll use it since I have another one at my disposal.
Cool.
So
Copy that.
25.
Copy that. So yeah, so you see this sort of walrus looking fella walking over to you. He's like, hey, I need papers. And you like flash him the golden dragon papers, and you kind of give him a look like, this is official business with the golden dragons. Leave us the fuck alone. You're gonna ruin the mission, right? Like all of that goes into he's like, oh shit. Like he probably like he sees some shit down here, but like he now thinks this is like a sting operation, right? Like he's like, oh,
Jesus.
some underground shit. Okay. He gives you his big wink, and he's like, yes, papers. Next person in line, papers. And you guys just shuffle through.
Made that dude's day.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I did a good job today. I did something good. So yeah, dog, you've got your prey locked on, and you kind of just have a sense for where he's at. Are you guys wanting to maintain your group of 3 and 2 to try to charm first and sleep second if it goes awry?
Yeah.
Copy that. I'm assuming, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I'm assuming you're just going to essentially walk up to him and try to have a conversation? Or are you going to try to stealth up to him?
My thought was walk up to him and try and charm him and basically be like, hey, I've heard that you may be able to provide me with some services. I'd like to discuss business with you. Do you mind coming with me and see if I can kind of get him away from a bunch of prying eyes?
Okay.
My thought was...
I was about to say, if everybody doesn't like that idea, open to suggestions, but that was my first thought.
I was thinking the same thing, basically. I just thought that Yuko and the Congo would be like off to the side, maybe like on opposite ends.
Yep.
So it may require a stealth check just to like seem unassuming, maybe.
Yeah, that's really what I'm getting at, is like stealth wise. Like I would like you guys to probably roll stealth. You could probably argue for something else, but in my head, I'm thinking stealth to where you don't look out of place, right? Like this dude works down here, he knows how the ops go, and would probably notice people that are kind of not going with the flow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
So if you guys, and I think Dakonga, you're probably not super dope at stealth, so if you want to try to argue for a different skill that you could use to sort of help you...
I ain't got shit, bro. And my stealth is a +6, so...
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys don't mind rolling stealth to see how well you blend into the crowd here. Very nice.
Like nasty.
Very nice, yeah. So you guys do your little flanking maneuver to where you can get on both sides of him and sort of try to pincer him into containment. Toby and Dog, you guys are just still staying back to if the gets past Minji. Is that the plan for you guys?
Yeah, if he pushes past Minji and tries to break out into a run, then I'm going to be on his ass.
For
like
sure.
a tick on a dog.
If you guys wouldn't mind rolling me some stealths as well, it's not going to be as crazy a DC just because you're a little bit further back, so it's sort of further past his sight line, but...
All right, so I got a +2 circumstance for
Oh, very
stealth.
cool.
It's a cool skill. Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's fucking cool, man.
Man, and a
Make sure it's
+1
all
to
in
AC.
there.
That's pretty dope.
That's a dope skill.
Fuck yeah. So, Dog, you're actually able to Like, you got him in your fucking sight line, and you see him, and you know what he's looking for. You could tell that he's working, but his eyes, they're like constantly scanning. Like, you could tell this dude feels like he's prey right now. And as part of his scans, you could see where he's scanning, and you're actually able to sort of tell Toby, hey, don't stand there, stand here. And you get Toby in a good spot to where he can kind of relax and not have to worry about setting this guy off. But yeah, so you guys are all in position as Minji is approaching him. And yeah, Minji, you're sort of, you don't have to stealth because you're kind of going with the natural flow of things right now. Like, you're not pushing people out of the way, you're just getting there as it takes you, right? So yeah, you see him, you're probably within 10-15 feet. How do you want to approach him?
Excuse me. Let's see if I can get his attention.
He kind of looks around, like, cause you're a little one, right? And like, now that you're not riding on someone's shoulders, you're not at eye height, right? So he's kind of looking around, and he sees you waving. What? His eyes look a little afraid, by the way.
Is your name Grok?
What? Who are you?
My name's Menji. Pleasure to meet you. And then
no, Minji.
I'm gonna cast my charm spell.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So
just gonna start it off right now.
I will tell you this, okay? If you want to cast your charm spell in front of him, we're gonna have to roll initiative. Because it is a 2-action. It's not instantaneous, it's not a reaction, it's a 2-action spell. So to roll, like, you would roll initiative to see who could really react first, right? Like, he sees you doing something, so he would probably react. You know what I'm saying? So do you want to try to roll initiative to do this, or do you want to take a different approach?
I mean, if he's gonna panic anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
Might as well.
right.
Sure.
So yeah.
Let me do this. Let me see if I can throw you guys in there without us having to go to like a combat page. Well,
You just need to drop our tokens on this page.
yeah, that's fine. I didn't want to do that. There's Telly and the Yuka and Mr. Grok. Alright. So yeah, if you guys don't mind throwing yourselves in the initiative, he would be...
Where'd my token get all? Ooh, I have to wait.
Oh, he fast as fuck, boy.
I see that. Which is really just disappointing.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, we could sort of retroactively say if you want to try to roll a diplomacy to get him to not do that, but like if you're going to cast a spell, that is like a full-on thing, and you know, I feel like he should be able to react to that. But that's just my opinion.
I mean, I think that makes sense. My only argument would be trying to get my own way. Well, the initiative starts after I cast my spell because I do something that throws us into that order. But there's still in this spell like a whole list of like, if I fail, or not fail, if he critically succeeds on his will save, like he knows for sure that I'm doing something.
Sure, I mean, like
That's all written out. There's definitely rules for that.
yeah. I would just say, like, since you guys are literally having a conversation, and like there are I don't know which components. What is S and V? Does anybody know what that means?
Somatic and verbal.
Somatic, verbal.
Right. So like
Somatic is hand gestures.
Right. So like you guys are literally having a conversation, and then you start making hand gestures and spouting off whatever sort of spell language you say. Like, he sees this happening, he should have a chance to react, right? Like, if he had rolled slower, then literally he was too slow to react, right? But it's sort of fictionally, for me, it makes sense because, like, he's on edge. He doesn't know who the fuck you are. I would say if you want to try to roll the diplomacy real quick before we break down into initiative to see if you can get him to not bolt and then judge off of that. Yeah. So unless you want to hero point that, you could tell that just your conversation with him, he's just not.
I'm not doing very hot.
Yeah. So like, he does not look like he's going to be aggressive with you, but he is in fight or flight and not fight. So he's just in fucking flight mode, right? So like, a stranger comes up, talks to him. Your words aren't really swaying him, and you can tell that. So if you're down to try to go with the charm, we can go with that. But he is going to try to maneuver around you. But you do have a 30-foot range. So I will say, like, you notice that he's not believing what you're saying. So you begin to start casting this charm, and he starts trying to get out of the situation. However, he is still within range of your charm. So let's see. Let's do this. This will be like this. So let's see what happens. Oh, critical failure. So he starts taking off, and you hit him. Just your honey words start hitting him in the back of his head. So crit failure, target attitudes becomes helpful towards you. So what are you saying in this spell that's going to make Grok just stop running and turn around and try to be helpful to you?
Oh shit.
No, exactly. It's not the heat of the moment, but basically she's just saying, you know, I've heard that you are a big, strong guy, and I could really use one of those in my business. You can see I'm very small. I could really use somebody like you to help me out, and she's doing her best to just be little and cute and unassuming and like, please help me. And batting her little eyelashes.
Oh, you just need help?
Yes.
Oh, well, I can help. I'm big and strong.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
And I can see that the reputation is well earned.
Yeah. Okay.
And I am actually gonna like see if he'll let me. I'm gonna get on his shoulder and give him a pat and be like, I'm a little nervous down in these docks. You big strong guys can handle it, but I could get smushed. Would you mind if we walk back out a little bit to discuss the help I need?
Yeah. Well, sure. And he like lower. He sort of bends down with his hand to like pick you up to then place you up on his shoulder. He's just like, which way?
I'm gonna actually lead him back out towards where the rest of my crew is waiting to hopefully take him.
Sure. So like, do you just want to basically lead him into a guaranteed trap from the crew, or do you want to like literally walk him out of the docks?
Walk him out of the docks. I feel like a crew can we can communicate with the eye looks if they don't like this, but
No, that charm lasts for an hour. You could
Right.
literally walk him.
I'd rather just walk him out and not
Walk him
make
straight
a
back to the
scene.
Golden Dragon.
Walk him straight to the Golden Dragon. We'll all just like kind of like flank and Thank
Right,
you.
and that way we can like look like we're just having a friendly conversation. It doesn't look like he's being placed under arrest. We're not drawing attention to ourselves.
Yeah,
Him and I are just having a
welcome.
nice conversation as we walk out.
Yeah, so Minji, you're
him
on
on a
his
stroll.
shoulder and you're walking him out of the docks, and the rest of you guys, I'm assuming you just sort of fall in formation behind him, but enough to where he's not going to feel threatened and he just thinks it's natural, right?
Pretty much.
So yeah, so you
Flying
guys,
V our way out.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what my dad always says.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, easy peasy. You walk him up. You're sitting on his shoulder, chatting him up, and you literally walk him
Feeling good about
to
himself.
the Golden Dragons headquarters, and yeah, like before he realizes anything or where he's at, like you just snap your fingers and some Golden Dragons come and manacle him, and he looks at you with just this devastated sadness. It's like, I thought I was gonna help you.
You did.
Did help me. a lot.
What?
Baby.
What?
I won't forget your
You
kindness.
don't know
Doc.
you don't know what they'll do to me. You don't even know why they wanted me. Who are you? Why would you do this?
They call me the White Dragon for a reason,
What?
and then I leave.
What?
White dragon. White dragon. White dragon.
I'm giving myself new nicknames. I am living my best life right now.
As he's like being dragged up the steps up to the Golden Dragons headquarters.
Holy shit, that was funny.
So yeah, he goes in one door. I guess you guys can go in the other to grab your reward.
Yo,
So yeah.
mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
So
Dog is just chilling outside.
Like, good dog talking shit, and I'm like, this is why I'm the leader. You.
Minji's like strutting.
It's like this is why we should do bounties all the time. Why are you mad at me?
Like this just
is the
confirms
easiest
what
thing
I'm
we've done since
saying.
we started. This literally reinforces everything I've been saying.
Like, fuck that tower shit. Let's just keep doing this.
Look how easy this was.
Right. So yeah.
We're not worried about that. Just
Making me
this is
wonder
why
if
I'm the leader.
it's making me wonder if Minji's, charming us every hour without us knowing it.
Yeah. Toby's like running back, like, are there any blank spots in my memory when I just don't know? Like, yeah. So, dog, you go up to sort of the guest portion of it. However, that works where you have the Golden Dragon contact, whose name is where is it? Song Hee.
Name.
Song Hee, yeah. So you go see Song Hee, and she sort of notices that Grok is brought in, and she like waves you up to her desk and pulls out a bounty bag essentially, and hands it to you. She's just like, "Good job. We'll see you next time."
All right, have a good one. Appreciate the work.
She just nods and kind of keeps scribbling at whatever she was doing. So yeah, here's the reason why you don't always do super peaceful bounty missions though. So all you're going to receive from this, as is a CL3 soul shard. That's all it's worth, man.
All
This
right,
is the
sometimes.
easiest money we got so far.
Right.
Let's just keep doing it. Let's run it back. Run it back.
What other easy bounties do we have on the board?
So guys in the street, not
I
Minji,
very
not Dog.
earnestly give the bag to Minji, like, well earned, easy money. And I have just like this big shit-eating grin on my face.
So Dakonga, Toby, and Yuko, roll me perceptions, please.
You got me eating, bro.
That's all right. You can eat.
I'm rolling like just okay today.
This has not been a great night. For the
Like
rolls,
nothing's
man.
been shitty, nothing's been great. It's just, yeah, you're there.
Middling.
That dinner be good though, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Toby, I think was Toby. Toby, you're another one, right? That
Yeah,
needs to roll?
Toby's supposed to roll perception too.
All right, these are the last Oreos. I swear.
Yay! You want to talk about terrible rolls?
See, maybe just average is all right.
It's not the cards tonight.
So the conga, as the highest of the lows here, you hear a faint
Ow.
whisper of they got grok. And you try to hear what was happening in conversation, but you can't place it. You don't see who said it. You don't hear anything else of the conversation. But someone noticed that you guys got grok.
On the outside,
On the outside,
who do I see on the outside?
nobody.
I just hear they got grog.
That's right. You couldn't place them. Your perception was too bad.
Like there's nobody else on the streets right now.
No,
That's what-
there's
that's what
tons
I'm
of people
asking.
on the street. There's
Okay.
peoples all over.
I just want to make a note of who I see.
I mean, there's like 50 people. Like, it's the big sort of governmental block essentially. So there's just a bunch of people walking around. So it could be anybody, man. Your perception's
All right.
not good enough for you to take notes. Is what I'm saying. But yeah, you have that piece of information that it was noticed by someone. But yeah, Minji and Dog, you have your little spat. Everyone else, you've got your shit. What do you want to do? You want to head back to the hideout and divvy it out? You want to talk strategery?
Well, I think Toby had a proposal for Minji.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, we
Boss
could go to
lady.
Makisa or to the hideout and talk about it.
well. I mean, if Toby wants to talk business, maybe we should go to the hideout. That's up to you guys, though.
That sounds about right.
Dog. This
Me?
conversation's best kept in the hideout.
All right. So you gather yourselves and you head over there, and it's probably been, I don't know, an hour and a half maybe since you set out. So it's been just a nice leisurely walk, you know. But you get back to the hideout unaccosted. You guys can have your conversation.
So yeah, I'd probably, gather up the crew. Dog already knows this, so Dog's probably, he's probably listening in or he's doing whatever he wants to be doing. But
I'm getting everybody a couple beers.
There you go.
yeah,
Celebration
we're
still
probably
is
sit-
in
we're probably
order,
just- We're probably sitting at the bar, I'm like, hey, I'll gather around the bar, let's go ahead and get some drinks, celebrate a little bit. I also have a proposal. Luther, when I was down at the Underground Arenas the other night, Luther went ahead and pulled me off to the side. You guys have probably heard he's been looking for me, so I just went ahead and talked to him already. He's got a mission for us. He needs us to basically go to a warehouse, pick up a stash of... What would the liquid be? Like, would the liquid have a name?
Would we know who Luther is? Is he just like somebody is he like Madonna?
Go ahead and
We
roll
know him by-
society.
Okay.
Let's see if you know who Luther is.
Nat 20, baby, come on. Give me a nat 20. Nope, I got a 9.
I know who Luther is.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yes.
Yuko, you know of Luther. I'm sure. I guess Dekonga probably hasn't gone to the pit, but has Minji ever gone down to the pit to watch the fights?
Oh, I've been in the pit.
I thought it was a summoner only pit.
I'm a summoner, bro.
Is that true? That is true. isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess if you've how recently have you fought in the pit? I guess.
Not often. Like I'll go and support.
Like, do you know
Toby?
I was gonna say, do you know who the #1 leaderboard is right now?
Yeah, I guess how deep in the pit culture is Dukonga, you think?
Not super deep.
Yeah.
Like the docks is for like Minji and them who want to, beat the crap out of people. Like the pit is for when like Dukonga just like needs to let his ancestors loose on
Okay.
people.
I would say, just with that role and you not being like super about that life, that you're kind of just like tunnel vision when you go. It's like you don't really give a fuck about anybody else. I don't care who I'm fighting. Just like get me in the pit and let me go. So I would think that maybe you don't know who Luther is.
That's cool.
You do know. You have heard of Luther.
But yeah, she's down there betting all the time.
Yeah. You're just aware of who he is. He's not like the boogeyman or anything, but he is just a pretty tough dude. He somehow commands 2 Eidolons, and he works for the Golden Dragons, That's kind of his shtick.
I remember that from listening in. I didn't want to metagame. I don't know how much Minji would know.
Sure, I would think that Minji, like, with that 18, you probably just know that he is part of, like, that culture, but besides that, you don't really know. You haven't had the curiosity to really dive into it.
For sure.
So when Toby brings that up, like Yugo will kind of just like give a big whistle and be like, "Ooh, moving up there, Toby Chan, ain't you?" It's a big. That's a
You
big name.
know it.
So
What
what's
do you
the
mean
deal?
moving up? I've never been down. I put my head down real fast, just like, oh shit.
The dog just like in the background, like you hear this.
You know that ain't true.
You know that ain't true. Maxie's even probably just sitting there in the corner, just.
So Toby Chan, what's the mission?
So
deal? We
he
got-
needs us. He wants us to go pick up this liquid. He didn't really tell me the name of it, but he can't show his face in this area. But he says he's really good friends with the dealer, but he can't show his face in this area because he says he's being hunted. Basically, somebody's out to get him, and so he wants us to basically go in. Go get a key. Go get the code from him to get into the door, which will just give us access. We'll get in, and then we'll go pick it up, and then take it back to him. And the reward is I get this blueprint, and I kind of explained to the group, like this is what's on his back, how it looks. Maybe even maybe I go grab a napkin. And just draw the simple fact of, like the
For sure.
Dead Space version of it. It's like, it looks like this.
Yeah.
And he uses it to where, he says he's going to be able to do 2 summons and sustain both of them at once.
Did he tell you who's coming after him? I mean, like, this sounds like an easy job, but in my experience, ain't no such thing.
I mean, they're only after him.
But the one that we just did.
Yeah, but it could always go sideways.
Of
This one could have went sideways. The tower could have went sideways.
The tower did go sideways.
Hey, don't do it. We're still alive. Dog.
You see dog like this whole
Dog,
cold chill
it's
goes
okay.
up his spine.
No joke. No joke. I'm
Dog's
literally
got
sitting
like
here-
that World War II shell-shocked vision going on. Like
It's like this 1,000-yard
he's still there.
No joke. I literally, when I said dog, I was like looking in the corner of my room, and I was just like putting my hand up, like, hey, calm down. It's okay.
It's about to be like, if I'm anywhere near dog, I would probably just scratch him behind the ear. Like if he's got that 1,000-yard stare, like someone needs to bring him back.
His like lips
Scratch him
quivering.
behind the ear,
Come back to us, dog.
and not even talk to him, just scratch him behind the ear.
My only concern, Toby Chan, is that, whatever's waiting for him is waiting for us, right? Like, it's just good to be prepared. I don't mind doing it, but we just got to be ready for, shit to get hot, as we always are.
Yuko, now that you say that, that would explain why he told me there would be no golden dragons within the area.
Yeah, something my instincts kind of kicking in here. Something. I ain't saying it's a bad deal or anything. I'm just saying I think there's something waiting for us that he's hoping maybe we take care of as well. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Right.
I kind of want this blueprint. Like, I kind of need this blueprint.
she kind of shrugs. She's like, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying we don't do it. I'm in for it.
I mean, of course, I'm like, I'm all game with, yeah, let's scout it out a little bit. He gave me a map to where, the area is, where the warehouse is. Maybe we can go in, maybe it looks familiar to us. Maybe we know who's running it as well. Who knows?
She kind of looks over at Minji. She says, I'm just saying, if we do this job, Nason, and we end up having to clean up some mess for this Luther, then and maybe we negotiate a little bit of extra pay. Is all I'm saying.
Gonna say, Toby, as awesome as this sounds for you, I'm not really sure what's in it for the rest of us. And that's not to say that we wouldn't help you. As we've all been told, we're family. However, I want to make sure.
Obviously, more combat support.
I want to make sure that we're not walking into something completely unawares, though, because Yuko's right. This sounds like there's more to it than what this Luther fellow has led on.
Well, there could be. But honestly, Minji, I know you might be thinking in your head, maybe this just favors you because of this blueprint. But in the long run, it will favor us both. Because not only will we own this trap house, but I will rule the underground for us as well. So more materials, more money will come our way for
Right, just put Toby to work down in the pits.
Jeez.
I'll
Get
I'll
down
stay
there,
in
Toby.
hell.
Like,
I'll stay in hell. I'll be Hades.
Hell yeah.
But and like Dog and I, at the club, Doggy and we and I talked about it. He's like, well, what's in it for the rest of the group, and even Toby thought about that, like what is in for the rest of the group, like besides it helping just kind of Toby in just a way, but also could this even like this serum itself, like if we have the blueprint, I mean, we could possibly even sell this, Minji. Like if this serum stuff works, if we have the blueprint, why not us sell it and make cash off of it?
And
Go ahead.
Congo's a summoner as well as Toby. Having two extra Eidolons on the field wouldn't hurt us.
Would you?
No,
want that
more
kind of thing on you,
hands
though?
are always appreciated.
Would you?
I
Want that
just
kind
want to
of thing
make
on you, though,
sure
OG?
that we're not walking into something, like I said, that we aren't prepared for.
Dekonga, go ahead and roll a crafting check real quick.
He's catching me every time I'm doing something for these dogs.
Them
You're
dogs. Good. Okay.
For sure. So the way that he was explaining it to you, you don't think that you would be able to install it to yourself. So you're not sure, like you don't think you could make it and then like put it on. It's not like a backpack. It's like it's way more Ripper Doc style. Like you are attaching cybernetics into your fucking body.
Right.
And Dekonga's against that because of his spirit.
Well, even if he's against it or not, like Dekonga, you would not be able to install that on yourself.
Right.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, Yuko could potentially, if he wanted, but that's what she was
Fair.
asking was like, is that something he would even want to do?
Oh, dude, Yuko with the summon? Oh my gosh!
No. She not for her.
No, she's talking about doing it to me.
Yeah, she was
Oh.
asking Konga like, OG, is that even something you would want to do?
Honestly, child, I do not believe that would be best for me. You do know how the wives are. Purity of body and purity of soul.
Yeah, aunties, they wouldn't like that either. They would be not super happy about it. I think about it.
Right. And why would I already affect with perfection? And he does like a little flex.
Shut up.
See him flaring up. Little performance check right there.
Yeah, just rolling his freaking delts. Like he's like, yeah, I am okay.
Toby's over here flexing his muscles like, I am not okay.
Like, do you see where this is?
You see how
I'm
weak
not
I am?
saying no.
Right.
I'm not saying that I don't think that we'll help you. All I'm saying is I'd like a little more research done on this facility.
Oh, of course,
before
man.
we run in. But
You know me.
we can
I will
look
go.
into it.
You know me. Me and Maxie can go ahead and go scout the place out. I just wanted to bring this aware to the group because this is kind of a timed mission. I only have, what do you say, was a month?
Yeah,
Total?
until the end of
month
next
and a
month.
half,
So
I
this
guess.
month and next month. So 7 weeks,
So-
basically.
We have 7 weeks to complete this. After that, if we don't, then you guys might want to come look for my corpse in the underground arena.
Oh shit.
Because I have a feeling Luther might not be too happy if I don't pull this off.
Yuko just kind of looks on and says, "Well, if you need help with scouting the place out, Toby-chan, I'll help you out."
Oh. Thank you, Yuko.
You got my nose and paws.
Don't worry, Toby. I am here for you.
Oh, it
Think
sounds like
they're
Minji's
very
not part of the
capable.
family here.
Damn. No, Minji told, everybody else got the back, for the leaking out. Minji just said, just go check everything out first before, we okay this mission.
Yeah, she just.
I'm
she just
okay
wants
with
the
that.
info. She just wants the info. We're
Yeah,
doing.
nah,
we're
I'm
getting the
okay with
info.
that. I'm okay with, getting the info before we have to do the mission.
Hell yeah. So, if you guys are not aware, I can say it now. You have completed week 1's mission of the Grok bounty, so we are now into the downtime. So you guys all got
One
your.
lasted like 3 sessions.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the mission took like
Labeled
30
my-
minutes.
I labeled my freaking week wrong. I assumed we had spent so much time doing other stuff. We were into week
No,
2
no,
already.
no.
Week 3 for
Y'all
like 3 sessions.
ignore the squiggle on the top of Minji's journal entry. Crossing stuff out.
So yeah, you guys got all your downtime actions back. And you have received you have 2 new CL3 soul shards, one from the scribing and one from the mission. So you guys can use your downtime actions however you want. You can do the Yaku, monster hunt. The Grok is finished. Yeah, Kulu Yaku, that's right.
That's
you can
what we're
pursue
doing.
you can pursue the Luther job. You can pursue the Nikosi job, ? What's that mean? Or you can pursue the private eye investigation. All of these are open to you guys.
What a interesting.
And also, I did not change the picture yet, but the Golden Dragon's heat tier is down 2 from that image because of the. I believe Yuko did that.
Oh yes. From a couple weeks ago.
Right. A couple weeks ago, but really last down.
From the same week. In
Right,
game.
which is literally why I haven't updated it yet because, yeah, we didn't do a transition really yet. But anyway,
For sure.
so yeah, what are you guys thinking? Monster Hunt, Black Ops, ? Investigation.
I'm personally want to do the Black Ops shit. That sounds awesome. That's just my 2 cents.
That's the Luther mission, right?
Yes,
That's,
that is
yeah.
the Luther
Mission.
mission.
So
Yeah,
if anything, I'd rather do Black Ops first, the Monster Hunt second, and then the Kosi for the last one.
Just mechanically, I will say this as I sort of lean into the video game-ness of this. The Luther Black Ops mission is sort of the story mission of Toby gaining his superpowers, right? How do you say your brother's name? Is it Nikosi or Dakosi?
The Kosi, the N is silent.
Gotcha. I thought the D was silent. Okay, so Dakosi is the Dakonga story mission where he unlocks his superpowers, and then the Private Eye investigation is Dogs and Minji's story mission that would unlock their superpowers. So, if that sort of leans you towards unlocking superpowers prior to a monster hunt, or if you're like, fuck it, I kind of just want a monster hunt and we can deal with some more story shit later, take that for what that is.
I'm kind of down for the stories. I don't want to see everyone's stories.
Yeah, I
love stories.
want to see the story.
Hell yeah. So you guys thinking
down.
doing the Luther Black Ops one first?
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
Since we've already got the hook for that, I think that makes sense.
Okay.
for show.
So that would require 4 downtime actions to fully unlock it. So you guys would have 5 downtime actions that you could use for other things like reducing heat or leisurely activities or crafting if you have enough soul shards. However you guys want to use that.
Does Toby, Dog, Yuko, and Dakonga want to use just one action for the Luther? Because that'll give us all 4.
So you should probably use one of Minji's because
Yeah, I
her
was gonna say.
her free one has to be used for like one of these investigations basically.
Copy that. Oh, there
So
you go.
yeah, I'll
And freeze
do
one
one.
up. Well, if you want, I can then use one to reduce the rest of the Golden Dragon heat, maybe.
Sounds
I was
good to me. If
hoping that
everyone's
we
good
would
with that.
re-resonate our crystals.
Oh, right. Oh, do we need to do that? Aren't
I
they?
thought you guys did do that. Did you not?
I think we have 2 weeks left, or 3 weeks left, counting week 2.
Yeah, so you have the entirety of High Sun currently charged, basically.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
'cause I know I wanted to put one on Obani, or at least make the one of the materia. Because did we do the weapons for him? We did the weapons for him. I know that Maxi had what did you say? You put fire on him?
Yeah, you put fire on Maxi. Gotta look back at the notes. Yeah, Maxi has fire.
Yeah, if it can be done, I would want to put a materia on Obani. So that
Were you gonna work anything else, or did you want to work anything else?
I can work something else, because like I'm not gonna do if y'all have enough to do the Black Ops thing, then I'll do Obani's one, and then I'll build something else for the group.
Okay, because I was gonna say I would take your spot on the Black Ops, so that way you could get an extra action.
Okay.
Because I think we would only need 3 if Minji is using her free one.
So whoever the thing is getting made for, it's that person that spends the action, though, not
Oh,
Dakonga.
God. I always forget it.
Sorry, yeah. It's just so that Dakonga can, do other stuff if he doesn't want to just be like the craft bitch for the week, basically.
Right.
Well, what if that's fine? What if that's what I wanted to do? That was the other thing. Like, I'm cool with being craft bitch as long as we allocate the downtime and stuff.
Yeah, we can do it with that if we make shit easier for you guys.
What do we want to get anything crafted right now? I think we got because I think the only thing you wanted was for Obani, but
Yeah, and that's just
If you're gonna do a materia, you can craft that up to 3 per downtime for free, for no downtime action cost.
that's shard though, correct? But we got 2. We just got 2 CL3s, so we just bust one down.
so yeah, we can bust it down, and I can I guess for her I would want to do like cold. I think I'll do cold.
So a CL3 soul shard doesn't actually. Wait, am I looking at this right? Yeah, it
Soul
doesn't
shard
actually
expand?
break down into anything smaller. So you would have to make like what is it?
I'm back.
Where is it? Yeah, so if you use, like, you couldn't break it down, but you could use 1 CL3 soul shard to make 3 Mark 1 materias. So it would kind of break out like that, I guess.
I see.
That's fine, because then I can use one of them to put on like Minji's weapon or something.
Sure. Although
So like
Minji doesn't have a crafted weapon though,
I thought
right?
she had a longbow. Or we didn't.
Yeah, it
Shit,
has
you're
to
right.
be. You have to have crafted the
an
weapon.
innovation.
Yeah, it's got to essentially create the materia slot that then you
I
can
gotcha.
put in it.
I gotcha.
But yeah, which attributes are you gonna want to choose for these 3?
If we can we do like
So here are the.
air, cold, and water?
I missed an R there,
I
but
think that's what we don't have yet, right?
Yeah, and because then, like I said, I was gonna put either air or cold on Obani.
Yeah, it works for me.
cool.
Copy.
-1.
So yeah, so that is free action for you, Dakonga. You don't have to use a downtime for that. So you guys still have basically 5 actions that you can split for reducing heat or leisure or even some of
if
the
that's-
like alternate route investigations. If you guys wanted to try to do that, where you're sort of figuring out new ways
shit, I
to
forgot about
go
that.
from district to district. Yeah.
They're building that infrastructure.
Yep.
To,
I then if I have that for the free one, then I think I'll do like a Sukio heat drop,
Okay. Yeah, go
and
ahead.
then
I
I'll
was
do a
gonna-
leader.
Go ahead and roll a society check for that Sukiyo.
Oh, actually, no, fuck that. I can't do that. I'm horrible at society.
It's honestly, you would probably still be okay. Like even like decent people can remove some heat. So
Oh, because I
the
was gonna be like, I
threshold's
might just
pretty
put
low
in-
to get 1.
I might just put into the cooler cool or something.
I mean,
but-
up to you. If you want to do that and let like Minji or somebody with good society focus on that, that's a strategy for sure. But even
I'll
Dakonga can
definitely-
reduce heat.
Yeah, with good rolls. Fuck it, I'll try. With my +1.
Well, it ain't that low. So
maybe.
you don't cause any more heat for sure, but you're not able to reduce the heat on you guys.
So I think Yuko's going to use 1 action for the Luther mission, and then the other to reduce the Golden Dragon heat, or try to.
Copy that. Currently, they are at 2,
Right.
not 4.
Yuko. Oof. You know, because that would only reduce. Would that even reduce by 1?
That would reduce it by 1, yeah.
Let me.
What's
I'm
up?
gonna hero point and just try and
Okay.
go for a little bit higher.
What do you need?
Hopefully,
I
that
just
don't
woke up.
Yeah, hopefully more than 4.
I'm gonna sleep this whole time.
that don't fuck me over. Hey, that's a little bit better.
Hell yeah. So 22, you're able to wipe it clean.
Nice.
So yeah, you guys in the Golden Dragons, you're squared out. Good to go.
Solid.
What else? Who else
Apparently-
wants to do
apparently
stuff?
she convinced him that that robbery wasn't that big a deal. You don't have to really keep looking.
Yeah. Do you guys really care about the Tsukio vault? Like, come on.
Come on, like there's just a bunch of priests. Get over it.
Right. They're fine. Nobody even died.
One guy was seriously injured, but yeah, he did die.
He didn't
He's
die. I mean,
Leave
we didn't even
some-
put those caltrops there. How
put
do I know it
some
was caltrops? I
different
don't know.
Things in their altar or on their, their collection plate.
That's right.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
That'll be fine.
So yeah, Minji, what do you want to do with your time?
I want to do a leisure so I have more hero points because I don't want to die, and I'm very
Feel
scared
that.
about that. And then because I have 3, yeah.
Yeah, you used 1, your free one
Right,
for the
for the
Luther Black
Luther.
Ops, so you used 1 for leisure, so you got 1 more.
Remind me, am I supposed to use my downtime if I want to work Mashisa?
Yeah, you could slot into that Mashisa spot, so that would make it so instead of 10 shards for the week, you would double that to 20 if you worked it.
I would like
Yeah.
to do that.
We can actually have a positive movement in the stash
There you go.
for our charts.
Minji's working the bar. So yeah, you guys are gonna get an extra 10 shards for this week. What about Dog? What do you want to do, Dog?
If I work my Shisha too, do we get more?
So
More?
currently the Mashisa is like tier 1, so there's only like really one slot available for one person to work. Eventually you guys will be able to sort of upgrade it to where you could work a couple of people and you would be able to make more money like that. Yeah, but it is not currently at that level.
Okay. I guess since I spent one on Luther, can I spend another one on the one for me and Minji, the private eye investigation?
Yeah,
Ooh.
for sure.
I feel like Dog's just kind of in his own headspace right now. He's doing whatever he can to keep himself busy.
Filling his mind with work.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, we could do that. Hell yeah. And then Toby. What does
So is
Toby
that
want to do?
3 in the Luther?
So Luther's was Yuko, Minji, Dog, and
Yeah,
was
we
that
need
it?
one more.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I guess
one
Toby,
more.
if you want to spend one on that.
Yeah, I'll spend one on there, and then you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll start helping with that investigation for Minji and Dog. I'll go ahead and put another one in there for them.
Cool. So yeah, so we got 2 in the private eye, and then Luther is full. And then is everyone actually present? Is anyone AFK?
I think Mo might be.
Yeah. Well, he can listen back if he wants. So hey, we only got like 10 minutes. I just wanted to give you guys some Luther info. So yeah,
It'll be in the note.
as part of your guys' investigation into Luther's job, basically this warehouse, it's sort of a under the radar marijuana shop in a sense. Like there's a front door where you go in and you need a code to even get in, and then there's like a front room waiting area essentially, and then they kind of bring in one client at a time, and you think that that's sort of like so clients don't know who other clients are, maybe. It's sort of very secretive, so you guys, it's a bit tough for you to get solid information on it. Even like Luther has kind of been hard to get a hold of to like, okay, give us some more information about this. He's very just kind of like, he waves you off. He's like, just go to this place, here's the code, get in there and get my shit, right? Like,
Right.
he's
Is
really
it safe? Come on, is it safe at
I-
least, Luther? Like, give
Toby,
me
I
that.
told you it's not safe for me, it'll be fine for you guys. Like,
I
he's-
think what he's pretty much telling us is like Luther can't go there himself because he's a golden dragon. Like it's too hot for him to just walk in there himself. He needs basically somebody to go in there
he's
and
sort
do the
of
pickup for
being
him.
like, he's not being like, hey, specifically it's because I'm a golden dragon. He's also not being like, hey, there's people out there that want to fucking kill me and they're watching this spot for me now. Like you don't really know. Like you think it could be a number of things, but you think maybe it would be fine for you guys to go, albeit it is on the nastier side of the law, so you never know. There's always
Can
stick
Toby
ups
do like an
like
insight or something to like kind of read between the lines?
with Luther.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toby, go ahead and roll a perception.
Put me on the spot with my rolls, huh?
That's right.
I mean, you're the one dealing with him. I'm just making a suggestion.
I mean,
I'm a hero point.
like you believe him that he thinks that you guys should be safe, but like you don't know who you think is out for Luther, right? Like,
right.
and he's not the dude that would tell you. Like, you guys are not tight enough to where he could say like, this gang over here has it out for me and they're trying to fucking kill me, right? Like you guys aren't tight like that yet.
Right.
But yeah, and like it's in this sort of warehouse, which is sort of in the middle of a neighborhood, sort of on the side where like there's no residential here. There's like a few warehouses and some commercial type shit, but there's no residential, so it's basically just businesses. But yeah, you sort of think it should be a quick job. You should be able to just go in there, get what you need, and get out, hopefully. But
Right. Like are they actually after Luther, or are they actually after the content?
well, you
But
don't
we don't
know.
know.
You don't know
Right.
that. That's right. Yuko and Dog, though, roll me some perceptions.
Copy.
And actually, if Chemo's back, Dakonga roll one too, because I think you three would have the tactics thought behind
Copy.
this.
Ah.
You go as
Hey, you know what?
Not-
I'm gonna use my hero point.
Go ahead.
I've been rolling
28.
garbage all day.
Yeah, so Dakonga, you guys have sort of been staking out this area, just checking out the surroundings. It's in a position where you think leaving the warehouse would be very prone to ambush.
I feel as though we are prone to ambush upon leaving.
That's right.
maybe keep maybe only have one person go in, rest of us stay outside.
That would seem the best thing.
I'll go in.
I think
just
it
need
would
you guys
be-
here for backup.
Assuming he doesn't get jumped inside.
They may be expecting
The safe word is pork chops.
Luther may have told them to be expecting Toby, so it may be best for him to go inside.
Yeah, didn't they give him a password or something to use?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I will send Obani with you.
Son's going to bed. So yeah, you guys
Sounds
have.
like they won't let that happen though. OG. I don't think they only let one person in, and nobody looks like a person. She was obviously.
So, I may not have been clear. So it's not like when I say client, I mean sort of the entourage. Like it can be
okay.
more than one person that goes in, but it's only like one party at a time type thing.
Okay, I got you.
So he would be able to go in with however many of you that want to go in.
I see. Cool.
It's just sort of one group at a time.
Then the Obani backup is good.
Yeah, because like if we do that, it'll be him, Maxi, Obani,
Mhm.
and I'll share senses, and then you guys just keep a lookout on the outside, and if it looks like there's gonna be a trap, we can spring on them before they spring on us, kind of thing.
I like it. I like it.
Good to me.
Well, hell yeah. We've got 7 minutes left, but I think that's probably where we should call it. Got some good shit in.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Y'all need to
Oh.
talk about anime more. 'Cause we've got
We
time.
got 7 minutes to talk about anime.
I love how
More anime.
how
hot
easy that mission ended up being. We pretty much just walked in there like, "Hey, come with us." He was like, "Okay."
Man, what a far cry from the first mission we did. Where we
Yeah.
pumped it up super hard.
Yeah. I mean, and this one is like, it was set up different. I think like just sort of out of characters, obviously, right? There's a reason why he was wanted. And there's like a group that he was involved with some shit that's going down in the city. So just like, if we were going to do like a fucking Walking Dead Tales game, like the little video game where it's like, this happened, they didn't like this, you did this, 60% people did that little thing. if we're looking at that, like you guys miss some information that you could have like learned from him. But yeah, just like mission wise, you guys nailed it, you know?
We didn't take the secret route.
Right, exactly. You didn't learn Grok's secret.
Hey, we just did there on business, baby.
Yeah,
Just
that's
gotta get
right.
paid.
We didn't need to learn his
Okay,
fucking
get him.
secret.
We didn't even know why we needed to arrest him. They just told us, go arrest this guy.
Yeah.
Get
Oh, we
paid.
missed out on some lore. I love lore.
We missed out on more. Hey, we were there for business.
Strictly business, baby.
And then we're gonna find out, seeing as how the Congo got to hear that they got Grok.
They got
Yeah, we did.
Hey, hey.
We're
Come
gonna
here.
find out the hard way.
That's right.
Right, I'm sure that there's something we missed, but in this moment, Minji's feeling pretty pleased with herself.
Yeah. Yeah,
May
for
get
sure.
knocked down a peg next week, because that's how life is, but right now, he feels very cool.